Yeah, I just think with Trent that everything he says is going to get dragged back to the contract, though, isn't it? I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, he does get put up for these ITV interviews where seemingly he just gets absolutely put through the ringer for some reason and quizzed like he's on charges or something. I find that utterly bizarre. By the way, I still remember that ITV interview with him where it was kind of basically 5 minutes of him being asked, "Are you terrible at defending?" And I know sometimes supporters can get a little bit too sort of touchy about that stuff, but I genuinely did think, from a journalistic perspective, that one was bizarre, and there were some kind of odd questions in this one, to be honest. But anyway, it's just kind of the way he's viewed through an England prism, I guess. But away from that, I think, like I say, I think all his answers are going to kind of be viewed through that sort of aspect of where he's up to with his contract. I don't think he's kind of coming out intentionally to talk about it loads. I think the one when he stopped in the mix zone, definitely that was intentional. That was an attempt to kind of put out there where he's up to and what's happening, kind of lay out publicly what he wants from Liverpool, I guess. But there shouldn't be this panic every time he speaks or does an interview that's contractual for television or whatever. It's we can't always pull it back to the contract. He's not going out of his way to speak to ITV or whatever. So I wouldn't be, too concerned about that one. And I know people are. And I just think with Trent, the situation is always the same as it was. I think people can guess and think what they think about what's happening or where it's up to. But ultimately, Liverpool are desperate to keep him. I don't think there's been any sign from Trent's side that he definitely wants to go. I think Liverpool want to, I know for a fact Liverpool want to reward him for what he is and what he will be over the next few years with a bumper contract. They're absolutely desperate to tie him down more than any of the three. So if that desperation's there on their side, he's happy to kind of stay and isn't pushing for a Real Madrid move as things stand. Then you've got to think that it's going to get resolved, and the hope will be that will happen before January. So I just it's just not worth kind of worrying about at the end of the day. It's going to go the way it goes, and I still think there's like I say, real keenness on Liverpool's side to get this sorted out. So, I still, work in the expectation that it will get done. And we'll just see how that